second graders, I'm here to finish my father's dragon today with you. We are on the final chapter, chapter 10. And before I get started, I want to point out that it is May 6th, which happens to be Tyson's birthday. Happy birthday, Tyson. I hope you're having an awesome day and an awesome week. So let's go ahead and get started on chapter 10. My father finds the dragon. And you'll notice a change of scenery. This room is the quietest in my house right now. 10. When my father was crossing on the back of the 15th crocodile, and with 2 more lollipops to go, the noise of the monkey suddenly stopped, and he could hear a much bigger noise getting louder every second. Then he could hear 7 furious tigers and 1 raging rhinoceros and 2 seething lions and 1 ranting gorilla, along with the countless screeching monkeys, led by 2 extremely irate wild boars, all yelling, "It's a trick! It's a trick! There's an invasion, and it must be after our dragon! Kill it! Kill it!" The whole crowd stampeded down to the bank. So he used the word irate. One of my challenges for you today is to comment or message me or post on Seesaw. What does irate mean based on what I just read? They're irate, yelling, "It's a trick, it's a trick, there's an invasion, and it must be after our dragon, kill it." How are they feeling right now? That's called using context. As my father was fixing the 17th lollipop for the last crocodile, he heard a wild boar scream, "Look, it came this way! It's over there now, see?" The crocodiles made a bridge for it. And just as my father leapt onto the other bank, one of the wild boars jumped onto the back of the first crocodile. My father didn't have a moment to spare. By now the dragon realized that my father was coming to rescue him. He ran out of the bushes and jumped up and down, yelling, "Here I am! I'm right here! Can you see me? Hurry! The boar is coming over on the crocodiles too! They're all coming over! Oh, please hurry, hurry!" The noise was simply terrific. My father ran up to the dragon and took out his very sharp jackknife. "Steady, old boy, steady! We'll make it, just stand still," he told the dragon as he began to saw through the big rope. By this time, both boars, all 7 tigers, the 2 lions, the rhinoceros, and the gorilla, along with the countless screeching monkeys, were all on their way across the crocodiles, and there was still a lot of rope to cut through. "Oh, hurry," the dragon kept saying, and my father again told him to stand still. "If I don't think I can make it," said my father, "we'll fly over to the other side of the river, and I can finish cutting the rope there." Suddenly, the screaming grew louder and louder, and my father thought that the animals must have crossed the river. He looked around him and saw something which surprised and delighted him, partly because he had finished his lollipop, and partly because, I told you before, crocodiles are very moody and not in the least bit dependable, and are always looking for something to eat. The first crocodile had turned away from the bank and started swimming down the river. The second crocodile hadn't finished yet, so he followed right after the first, still sucking his lollipop. All the rest did the same thing, one right after the other, until they were all swimming away in a line. The 2 wild boars, the 7 tigers, the rhinoceros, the 2 lions, the gorilla, along with countless screeching monkeys, were all riding down the middle of the river on the train of crocodiles sucking pink lollipops, and all yelling, screaming, and getting their feet wet. That's a fantastic picture. My father and the dragon laughed themselves weak because it was such a silly sight. As soon as they had recovered, my father finished cutting the rope, and the dragon raced around in circles and tried to turn a somersault. He was the most excited baby dragon that ever lived. My father was in a hurry to fly away, and when the dragon finally calmed down a bit, my father climbed up onto his back. "All aboard," said the dragon. "Where shall we go?" "We'll spend the night on the beach, and tomorrow we'll start the long journey home." So it's off to the shores of Tangerina, shouted my father, as the dragon soared above the dark jungle and the muddy river, and all the animals bellowing at them, and all the crocodiles licking pink lollipops and grinning wide grins. After all, what the crocodiles did care about a way to cross the river, and what a fine feast they were carrying on their backs. As my father and the dragon passed over the ocean rocks, they heard a tiny, excited voice scream, "Bum crack! Bum cack! Bum cack! We dreed our naggin! I mean, we need our dragon!" But my father and the dragon knew nothing in the world would ever make them go back to Wild Island. The end. I bet that baby dragon was so excited to finally be away from those cruel animals. I really hope you liked this book. There are actually 2 more in the series, and I just don't happen to have them. But if you're interested, let me know and I'll tell you those titles. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, happy birthday, Tyson, and make sure you comment what you think irate meant. The other thought I had was, I thought he ate more tangerines. I thought we got down to 0, but we didn't. So, if you were tracking, good job. Sorry that we didn't eat more tangerines. Have a great day, 2nd graders. Miss you.